Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. May I take your order? We're going to follow up our discussion the other day on order of operations with just a couple more examples and then a reference video for you to check out. So here we're going to be evaluating these expressions with more than one operation. Just a quick refresher of what's in your notes. Each of these steps, each of these steps is a different set of operations, and we kind of group them by level of importance. So the first thing you would look for is anything that is grouped, with parentheses, brackets, or bracers, anything with exponents, a reminder, that this is 4 7s multiplied together. It is not a 7 with 4 zeros. Okay. When you come to multiplication and division, this is where things get a little bit tricky, if you will, because we're going to do whichever one comes first as you read from left to right. Same thing with addition and subtraction. It's whichever one comes first as you read from left to right. So here's the first problem we're going to do. We got 4 7/10 plus 18 minus 3 divided by 5. So go ahead and pause the screen and try this. Here you will notice the first thing I did was the parentheses. That's 18 minus 3. Even though subtraction is the last step in sort of our order of operations, I do it first because it is inside parentheses. So that's the first step I do, and then I end up here. Addition or division. Division comes first. So I'm going to divide. 15 divided by 5 is 3. And then I'm going to add. What I do see a lot of students do here is they will forget to line up the decimal, and so they try to tell me that the answer is 5, which is just, that's not correct. In this last example, we see a group within a group, You'll notice here we've got these brackets, and then if you go further inside, you've got parentheses. And the way this works is you dive kind of inside the most inner group. So, the first thing we do is we would come inside, That's a group, so we need to figure out what to do first inside this group. Well, it turns out that there is another group in here. And so that's where we are going to start. So 8 times 2 1/2. 8 times 2 5/10. If you need to, off to the side. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 2 is 16 plus 4 is 20. I've got 1 decimal, so this would be 20. Everything gets copied down the exact same. What I see a lot of students do is they will not copy down these grouping symbols anymore. And you need to copy those down to make sure that you are still following the correct order of operations. So, obviously still a group. So we're going to divide 20 by half, We're going to see how many halves are in 20. Again, if you need to, let's write this down. I don't want to divide by a decimal. That sounds terrible. So we get rid of it by shifting our decimal point over. How many 5s are in 2? None. How many 5s are in 20? 4. How many 5s are in 0? None. All right, so that is 40 plus 120, which would be 160. Notice in both problems today, my work ends up looking like a Dorito or an ice cream cone. This is the way I want your work to look. If you have questions, come and see me. But your next step is to complete the practice buddies for 13.1 and 13.2. Have a great day.